Hello everybody. What we're going to be having a look at in today's video is the use of apostrophes for possession. So it's basically using an apostrophe, which is shaped very similar to a comma, but rather than it sitting on the line where our writing is, an apostrophe sits higher. You'll be able to see it in use in a couple of slides' time. So to start with, we're just going to recap some of our grammar definitions. So these are words that we're going to be using to explain how to use these possessive apostrophes. So if we're going to be using the term singular, and if we're talking about something being a singular, it means a single, a one, solo, uno. So a singular item or a singular noun, in this case refers to one person, place or thing, such as cat, boy, book, one item, singular. If we're going to be talking about something in plural, it refers to more than one. So it could be more than one person, place, or item. So the example here would be cats, boys, or books. A noun is a name of a person, a place, a thing, or potentially even an idea. In these examples, we're mostly going to be looking at names of people and names of items or things. So examples here would be teacher, school, pencil. And a verb is a word that shows action or a state of being. These are things that we do. So examples could be run, jump, is, and are. So we're going to be using some of these terms to explain exactly how we use possessive apostrophes. So to start with, what is a possessive apostrophe? It shows ownership. It shows that an item belongs to a person. So if we have a look at this example on the screen, it says this is Sarah's book. The book belongs to Sarah. And we can see that because between the word Sarah, there is an apostrophe and an S. So we add apostrophe S to the name of the person, the singular person that it belongs to. So singular possession. When one person owns something, when one person owns one item. So examples here, we have the dog's bone. We have one dog. So it's the dog, apostrophe S, bone, one bone. We have my dad's car. The car belongs to my dad. So we use apostrophe S. And then the teacher's desk. So we have the teacher, apostrophe S, desk. The desk belongs to the teacher. Okay, so we've got singular possession under our belts. Now we're going to move on to plural possession. So plural means more than one. So when a word is plural, it just ends in an S. We add the apostrophe after. So in this example, rather than it being one dog, we have lots of dogs. So we just spell it D-O-G-S, the dog's bones. We have lots of dogs. So in this case, we say the dogs, D-O-G-S, and then we put our apostrophe on the end. So the actual letters and the symbols that we use are the same as if it was one dog, but we change the order. If it's one dog, it's D-O-G apostrophe S. If it's multiple, then we say it's dogs, plural, and then put the apostrophe on the end. So we have the dog's bones, the teacher's lounge, the girl's shoes. And after all of these plural words, so the S on the end represents the fact it's a plural. There's more than one dog, more than one teacher, more than one girl. Then we put the apostrophe on the end. So that's plural possession when we have lots of, in this case, dogs, teachers, girls, people. There are some, however, that are irregular. So if the plural word doesn't end in an S, we use an apostrophe plus an S. So the examples here, if there was just one child, the child's toy, that's fine. But when we make a plural of the word child, we don't say childs, we say children. So it changes. So in that case, we say the children, apostrophe S, toys, because we have multiple children, but this word is irregular. So it changes the way we do it. Same as if we could say, if there was one man, the man's jacket, but we don't say, if we were talking about lots of men, see, we use the word men, not man's. So in this case, it's the men, apostrophe S, jacket. And the last one, again, we don't say there are lots of women, we say there are lots of women. So we just use the word women for the plural of woman or ladies, whatever, and then apostrophe S. So it's worth being cautious and looking out for some of these irregular plurals. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't use apostrophe for plurals. If we are saying that we have one item, great. If we're saying we have lots of items, we just put S or ES on the end. We do not need an apostrophe. It's only when we're talking about who it belongs to that we would need one. We also have things like the word its. Its only uses an apostrophe if we are shortening it from it is. If we're talking about possession, something belonging, we would just say its, its. The example here, its tail is fluffy, does not require any possessive apostrophe because the word its already implies ownership. Another mistake here, so it says the boys are playing. The apostrophe indicates that it's just one boy. If we're talking about multiple boys, we don't need the apostrophe. We just put an S on the end and then an apostrophe after that. So if we have one owner, one person or thing that the item belongs to, then we add apostrophe S. If it's lots of owners, like students, children, dogs, things like that, then we do an S on the end and then an apostrophe. When it changes is when we have irregular plurals. So it's when the word doesn't naturally end in an S, like we said, children, women, things like that. So in this case, you would just put the children's apostrophe S, toys. And that's it, just a very short, quick overview of possessive apostrophes. Remember, if we just have one person owning one thing, we add an apostrophe S, and that shows the item belongs to that person. If we have multiple people, then we would have an S and apostrophe afterwards. And then we just need to watch out and make sure that if we're talking about just lots of things anyway, so pens, for example, or apples, unless we're talking about something belonging to them, they do not need an apostrophe. So that's it. There's your quick overview. I hope this clarifies it for you. If anybody would like a copy of this presentation, just so you can see for yourself these examples and have a look at them in your own time, just give me a shout and I will make sure it's available to you. Thank you very much.